Hey, Draymond, can you move up a little so we can make sure the mic talk into the mic a little bit?
I mean, that really don't matter to me. I mean, either way, we're gonna be working hard this whole week and try to win this game on Saturday. I mean, they can say whatever they want.
Is that bulletin board material though? When you guys hear that, I mean, and I don't know if you knew the history of it. I guess you know the fact is Jim Harbaugh did the same thing in 1986 or whatever, guaranteed victory.
It don't really even matter to me. I mean, either way, we're gonna be working hard. We're gonna go out there and try to win this game. It doesn't really change anything for us. I mean, say what you want.
Davon, in the past years, they haven't had Michigan hasn't had as much stability at quarterback. They got Shea Patterson this year. What kind of issues does he present to you guys?
I think overall he's a great player. He's more of a competitor than anything, and we really got prepared for him. I mean, we respect them very, very much. I mean, they got a good team this year, so we just got to work hard and try to get prepared for this game.
What stands out to you guys on film when you watch Michigan as opposed to a team like, say, Maryland, who kind of spreads you out a little bit more? Anthony McFarland had 290 rushing yards last week. Michigan, kind of like Michigan State, a more conventional offense. What stands out to you?
I think there's going to be a more physical running game type of game. I mean, obviously last week they ran the ball a lot too, but it's more downhill with them. So that's really the difference between the two.
Do you guys feel more comfortable with that kind of offense?
Yeah, I would have to say so. At least I do. You know, I live for run game teams. So.
Davon, going back to last Saturday, you guys obviously struggled in the first half stopping the run. In the third quarter, you only gave up 18 yards. Obviously, there were some adjustments made at halftime, and then the fourth quarter, the floodgates kind of opened up again. Do you have an idea or a thought on what happened to get back on track, and then where it went off the rails again?
I just think we just had to focus on staying in our positions. Obviously, we played defense where we're gapped out for the most part, and when it comes to one person making a play or not. But it's really just focusing on what you have to do and what our job is. That really declare if we have a good game or not. So.
How much Michigan have you watched this season? Do you see them much? Do you watch them much?
Throughout the whole season?
Yeah,
just
random Saturdays?
I mean, I see some highlights here and there. I mean, everybody watches ESPN for the most part. Honestly, throughout the whole season, I wasn't watching them. But now this week, obviously, we watched a lot so far.
Were you surprised at maybe the amount of offensive weapons that Michigan has, thinking back to the past few years where maybe they didn't have that? Are they a better offense than you've seen in the past?
Yeah, definitely. But, I mean, everybody's on scholarship just like we are. So, I mean, I expect them to come out and have some weapons just like we got some weapons.
Hey, I think there's this thought that people who are from Ohio or who grew up in Ohio have a more inherent understanding or appreciation for what it means to wear this uniform during a week like this. Mm-hmm. Do you buy that?
Yeah. I mean, every year, pretty much every day you hear about it, like this, that, and the other about Michigan this, Michigan that, team up north that. But, I mean, I lived here for my whole life, so, I mean, I heard it every day.
So, like, when you grow up here, though, do you have a better understanding than a kid who came from Texas or Florida?
I mean, yeah.
Not just this rivalry, but just what it means to wear this uniform. And do you think that impacts the way that you approach things while you're here?
I definitely would say so. I mean, if you grow up here, you know what the culture is. I mean, every day, or you just look on TV, like this is what the team you support. I mean, if you're from Texas, you might necessarily not want to come here when you get older, but as a kid, it's the number one place I wanted to be.
And being from Ohio during a week like this, do you find yourself explaining or talking about, or, I don't know, just talking to people who might not be from Ohio, since this team has a diverse background, makeup, and, just kind of bring people up to speed, or, try and help people understand what it actually means for the people who live here or are from here?
Not really. I mean, if you come here, you pretty much know what you're getting into, so not as much, no.
piggybacking off that a little bit, for you guys that are from Ohio, when the chips are down, when things are not going right, do you feel that sometimes being from this state puts you in a position where you want to go out there and go a little harder than some other guys may, like knowing that it's your whole life's reputation kind of on the line?
I wouldn't say that. I mean, we all go out there trying to win a game. I mean, at the end of the day, that's all it is. We all win a game. But I wouldn't say I would go harder than any other person because we all going hard out there when we're playing. So.
Davon, I feel like it's been a bit of a struggle to put everything together in 1 week and play that great game, play that A game. What do you feel like the best version of this team would look like? What would that game look like?
Best version of the team.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys are playing how you want to be, what's it going to look like? And do you think you can get there on Saturday?
I think we can. I just feel like we can't be perfect as a team overall. I mean, nobody can be perfect. But our best game is yet to come. Really, we can shut out teams if we really put our minds to it. But we just got to bring it all together.
Do you need your best game to win on Saturday?
Got to be damn near close. I mean, it's a really good team.
Is that the message this week then from the coaches?
Not necessarily that. It's just we just work hard. Like basically, the stuff we've been doing all year, just working hard. That's really the real message.
At what point do you get tired of hearing it's time for war?
First hour of hearing. But no, it's cool. I mean, I understand it's tradition or whatever, but it's cool.
Do you guys think that at some point the national narrative about the underperforming or how you guys have played this year, is there a moment when you get sick of hearing about it and just want to go out there and shut everyone up?
Honestly, I don't listen to it. I'm not on.
How do you avoid it?
I mean, I'm not a big social media guy. I just usually stick to my guys or just basically just stay off of it for the most part. But I mean, it doesn't really bother me as much personally.
Anything else for Davon?
You've got three pairs of gold pants right now.
Yeah,
Do you need a fourth pair?
that's yeah, yeah, that's a necessity. But.
Hey, Davon, maybe you were asked this, but, you know, you being a Pickerington guy, you know, being right here in Columbus's backyard, growing up, do you ever really remember there being some lean years when it came to the game and there being some Ohio State teams that really should have won that did not win? And, you know, what's it meant for you growing up so close to Columbus here in this rivalry?
Well, this rivalry means a lot, especially when you get here. It's just like a lot because people expect you to understand like what the rivalry is, what I do, but it's just like it's a whole different feel when you're from like Ohio, especially Columbus. I feel like. But,
Have you kind of had to school any guys on the team? Like, hey, man, this is what it means when it comes to this game this week. This is what it's all about. Or is pretty much everybody kind of on board with it?
you definitely, if you come here, you understand already. That's the first thing they bring up when they recruit you here. So.
Do you even remember like the 90s at all and some of those Ohio State teams that lost to Michigan that quite frankly didn't have any business losing to them when they had some of those great teams?
I mean, I was only born in '97. So
right. So that's a no then, yeah.
I don't really remember all
It
that.
wasn't always like this. When you guys didn't just win every year just by showing up.
Right.
You said that the first thing they bring up in recruiting is that. What was your experience with that? Can you tell me a little bit more about what, like how they brought that up immediately?
Well, the way I was recruited, Coach Johnson and Coach Fickle at the time came to Pickerington and met me at a restaurant in Pickerington. And first thing they asked me is, like, obviously you're from Columbus. Do you understand what it means to be the team of North? I gave him my definition of what that was. And he was like, well, I would like to have you down on campus for a little bit. So.
Where did you go? Do you remember where you went to eat?
I want to say Bob Evans there.
Okay, what'd you get? How do you forget
What
that?
did you tell them your definition of what? What was your response?
Overall, I mean, I said it means everything to me. Obviously, we're not supposed to lose a game. Generally, that.
Was it a kid for you as a kid growing up here? Was it personal to you, even just as a kid growing up?
I wouldn't say personal. I understood what it was, but I wasn't here. I can't say I know what it feels like as a player until I got here.
Does this game mean more importance to you compared to the last three?
No, every game's the same.
Last three Michigan games.
Oh, okay, last three Michigan games. No, because they're always a tough team to play against. I mean, every year you got to bring your A game. So.
What do you see when you look at them on video this year, Davon? It's a massive offensive line, at least in the middle part and stuff. They seem to have a more competent quarterback than maybe a year ago. But what's just your take on their offense as you look at them?
They're very talented, first off. I mean, they don't give up a lot of pressures or a lot of sacks necessarily. So that's just going to be our big goal in the game as a defensive line, just to try to get to them.
Yeah.
So.
And they do try to establish a physical presence, right? I mean, do you guys like that? I mean,
personally, I enjoy it because
yeah.
I'm in the middle of the line, so I like when they run the ball.
Yeah.
It's necessarily not about to get there if it's a pass play or it's outside stretches or whatever.
What do you think you guys need to focus on more than anything else this week from a defense coming off last week's game? You know, where things there were some gashes again. I mean, what in your opinion, what should be the focus?
Just understanding your job and making sure you do it. Really. I mean, that's the only thing you can really focus on.
Is there a sense that this is like one of those last shots to show y'all can do it? If you follow my drift, I mean, you know, because that's kind of come up and down all year, you know?
Yeah, I would say this is one of our last shots, I guess. I mean, if we end up winning this game, we still got a Big Ten championship to go to, so we can also prove ourselves there.
Yeah.
One more question for Davon.
Hey, Davon, when you've got a rivalry game, you can approach it two ways. You can either downplay it, try to treat it as much like any other game as possible, stick to your routines and all that, or you can play it up. And it seems like the latter approach has worked here at Ohio State. Why do you think that is?
Just because, I mean, we understand how important this game is for us, but at the same time, we can't overreact to it. So, I mean, we got to keep our emotions in check to play the game.